All right, good morning. I got a message. It may be slightly a little long, but I got to get it while the iron is hot. It's a message. I got a message, and it just needs to be said because I know someone needs to hear it. And yes. Okay, so many people need guidance. It doesn't matter how old you are, young, old, in between. Many people need guidance. We got too many people on this internet that seem like they have a lot of knowledge and wisdom, but they don't. They're doing nothing but just speaking words with no actions in real life. So I need you to know, if you're listening to this, that you are important and you are unique. But you must show up for yourself first and foremost before you show up for anybody else, and you must take yourself serious. Showing up on time is important. Having organization is important. Having a plan is important. Being strategic with dates on it and times is important. Okay? If you want to do something, it doesn't matter how difficult it is or how long it takes, do it. Do what you can to get it done. Stop talking. It's too much talking. I had a conversation with my daughter this morning, and I spoke some words to her dad because the reality is we got parents out here that really want the best for their children, and I get it, as you should. But you cannot make a child do anything, especially when they get to a certain age. At some point, they have to want to do it for themselves. And if they don't, you have to realize that and recognize that. And then be able to be like, okay, where can we go from here? What do you like to do? Or are there other things that I need to put you in so you can experience that, so that you can develop a path for yourself? What is that? Because they may not be able to articulate it, right? But we cannot live vicariously through our children because of you know, how our life used to be. Because we want our children to have the best life. And sometimes what we preach to our children is more of a projection than a direction, right? Understand what I'm saying? It's more of a projection, meaning I don't want you to be out here. I say to my daughter on time, I don't want you to be poor. I don't want you to be poor like me. I don't want you to have a child and not have a plan and not be married to the dad like me. I don't want you to struggle in life like I have. I'm not struggling forever, and there are certain actions that I still am taking and have to take. But until then, I need you to understand the steps prior to this, like what's happening today wouldn't have happened if I made better decisions before in life. And I'm sorry, young people and old people, even when you don't have a mentor in your life, you are still responsible for your life. Even when people don't give you the answers in your life, or you feel like people are blocking you in your life, you are still responsible for your life. One thing I pride myself in is figuring things out. I don't know everything, and I know I don't know everything. But I know that there are resources in the world. I know that there are good people that I've already met and that I can go to and ask. I'm not afraid to ask. I'm not ashamed to be like, okay, I'm 38 years old. I don't know everything. Can you please help me somewhat? No, they're not going to give me all the answers, but they're going to give me at least a step or two in the right direction. And then it's up to me to have the passion, to have the thirst, to want to continue to go in the right direction. To understand that sometimes in life you got to be still. As Mr. Curry will always say, sometimes in life you have to hold firm. What does that mean? To hold firm is to be still. To hold firm is to be quiet so that you can listen to God. And to be able to listen to God, sometimes you do have to listen to certain type of individuals, not all people, but certain people that really have that wisdom. These individuals are not going to be the utmost popular. They're not going to be necessarily beautiful. They're not going to be attractive in the way that you want, but they'll be attractive in the way that you need. This was on my heart today because, again, I'm not just talking to the young people. I'm talking to people my age and up, because so many times we have excuses. So many times we pretend like we want the best for young people, but we're not even doing it for ourselves. You have to do it for yourself. I get up on here and I share my workouts. And even if I don't share my workouts, I'm working out, because that's part of my discipline that I'm building up within myself. And many times I feel like I don't even have to explain that, but I know I have to explain that, but not to a young person. It's usually to a person my age and up, because there's so many of us that's sitting over here faking it to making it. And you wonder why these children are going out here and doing the so-called utmost. They're doing the utmost because that's what they think we're doing. So in order to see better out of some of these young people, you literally have to do better, and you have to start with yourself. It doesn't matter if it's ugly. It doesn't matter how long it takes. What matters is that you just do it. It doesn't matter that maybe you should have started when you were a teenager. What matters is that you just do it. Get started today. This message is beyond me. This message is not really a social media type of message where I'm just spitting and want to make somebody's ego feel good. I could care less if your ego feels good. I could care less if thousands of people don't see this. The right people will see this and will hear this. In order to do better, yes, we must know better. But in order to know better, we must seek it. See, you did graduate from school and maybe you did get a degree, but learning never stops in life. And many of us lack in relational, social skills, as some people would say, street skills. We lack in that because we thought that once we taken all the tests in the world, then and we get we get a C, B, or A, then we're good. We're not good. Because in life, it's really not grades, right? It's survival. It's more than survival, right? It's sanity. As people, always talk about, people want to be happy. People want to be free. People want to have peace. That is the grade. So the message overall today is to take yourself serious. Stop looking at other people to be that serious for you, or stop pretending like you over here preaching a word that you don't even follow. It's okay that you don't know what you're doing. What's not okay is that you don't seek help for it. What's not okay is that you don't seek the actual wisdom. And many times, many of us actually have wisdom around us, but again, they're not attractive in the way that we think they should be, so therefore we're not going to really listen. Some of them don't have all the money, so therefore we're not going to listen. Some of them don't have the hair. Maybe I don't have the hair. Maybe I don't have the makeup. Maybe I don't have the height. I don't have the weight. But wisdom is wisdom. And I done lived enough life to understand and got through a whole bunch of stuff in my life. For real, and faced it, by the way. I done faced so much in my life. I'm looking at other people like, damn, did you do that too? And they didn't. Hop into relationships, just one relationship after another. Not looking at themselves and truly starting to heal. Healing is forever, by the way. There's no just like, well, I healed. No, you're continuously healing. Don't get caught in the sauce of other people who gaslight you as if you just got to heal. No, a lot of people just fake it to make it, and they're liars. They lie about their well-being. And then, of course, you see it as you deal with them and you actually experience them. These young people are looking up to us. They're getting frustrated. Some of them are doing real dumb stuff. The others are about to do some dumb stuff. Some of them are about to risk their lives, risk their sanity, risk their well-being, their future, because they're watching us. And too many of you are lying about your lives. Too many of you are trying to force some of these children to do things that you won't even do yourself. Too many of you got your nose all stuck up like life is good because you're making money, when in reality you're dying inside. You turn over in your bed and you cry. You don't want nobody to see them tears or hear you pout. When I speak to my daughter, I speak transparency and honesty, because I know where I've been and I know where I'm going. I know where I am today. I know my flaws, and I could tell you my flaws. I work on my flaws, and some of them I have to continue to work on and continue to seek, so I could do more than just sweep it under the rug, but actually iron them out in real time. I'm honest with myself. I acknowledge those things, and I know things will take time, but I also know some things I could get to it today, in this moment, in this second. In order to do better, you must know better. In order to know better, you have to go ahead and seek it. Stop playing with yourself. Stop looking for any other person to be the best they can be, and you're not even the best you can be. Hiding behind material things, as if people can't really see how flawed you are, how stinky you are. We can see it through your weight. We can see it through your attitudes. We can see it in your friendships. Most of you ain't got as many friends as you think you do. Most of you are not a good friend. I'm pretty sure people could look at me the same, but one thing about me, I ain't got that many friends. It wouldn't even make sense to me. You have to be valuable. And you have to understand my value. And to order to even understand all that, guess what? I got to understand me. And I don't have to understand me fully. Again, in order to do better, you have to know better. In order to know better, you got to go there and seek it. Even if you're the only one standing. And I've been in plenty of situations where I was the only one standing. And some of you watching this know this. I'm not a pick me. I choose me. You need to choose yourself. That is the message. And then others can look at you and be inspired and be motivated. And then they'll actually do better. Some of them will. Some of them will choose otherwise. But do better first for yourself. Have a great day. God's blessings.